People on the plane remembered the moment everything changed, but none of them ever forgot the man who stood up when everyone else panicked. They didn't know he was a single dad. They didn't know he had once worn a uniform that demanded courage most people could only imagine. And they certainly didn't know that the CEO who had insulted him minutes earlier would later cling to his arm, begging him not to leave her side. But it all began with a single remark, one that exposed more about her than it did about him. The airport was buzzing, families rushing through gates, couples arguing over luggage, flight attendants moving with swift professionalism. Among the crowd, Noah Khan walked quietly with his 8-year-old son, Liam. Noah's clothes were simple, worn at the elbows. Nothing about him hinted he had once commanded the respect of entire battalions. He kept his past locked away, far from the eyes of the world. His only mission now was raising his boy, but peace has a curious way of being interrupted. Before boarding, a woman's sharp voice cut through the noise. "Excuse me, you're in my way," she snapped. Noah turned slightly. A tall, impeccably dressed woman in a tailored navy suit examined him with the kind of disdain reserved for people she thought beneath her. She was beautiful, but her eyes were cold, calculating. "I'm sorry," Noah said calmly, guiding Liam behind him. The woman scoffed. "Look, some of us have important meetings. I can't be delayed because her gaze ran down his faded jacket, of people who can't afford new clothes." A few heads turned. Noah simply nodded, refusing to rise to her provocation. Liam frowned, gripping his father's hand tighter. The woman smirked in victory. "Thought so." She walked ahead, her heels clacking like punctuation marks of superiority. Liam whispered, "Dad, why was she so mean?" Noah smiled softly. "Some people are loud because they're hurting somewhere. We don't answer hurt with hurt." They boarded the same flight, Flight 417 to Istanbul. Fate likes to seat opposites close enough to collide. The CEO sat in business class, Noah and Liam in economy. But altitude has a strange way of leveling people. 2 hours into the flight, as clouds drifted peacefully outside, the intercom crackled, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain. We're experiencing an unexpected engine malfunction. Please remain seated, this is an emergency situation." Gasps erupted. Screams followed. Turbulence shook the aircraft, jostling overhead bins, sending cups tumbling. The CEO's polished composure shattered instantly. "What? No, this can't be happening," she cried, clutching the armrest. In economy, Noah felt his heartbeat slow, old instincts rising. He scanned the cabin quickly. Liam clung to him, terrified. "Dad, what's happening?" "It's going to be okay," Noah said, voice steady. "But I need you to stay buckled. No matter what." Another violent shake. The lights flickered. A flight attendant stumbled, panic filling her eyes. "We have passengers fainting, people injured." "Oh God." Noah rose. "Sir, please stay seated," the attendant urged. "I can help," Noah said simply. Something in his tone, commanding, made her nod without question. Noah moved through chaos as if he'd done this 1,000 times. Because he had. Panic attacks, children screaming, elderly passengers struggling to breathe. He assessed every situation with precision. He improvised first aid, tied makeshift tourniquets, steadied panicked travelers with grounding words. "In business class." The CEO sat frozen and trembling, crying. A suitcase dislodged above her, falling toward her head. Noah caught it one-handed. She stared at him, really looked at him, for the first time. You're the man She couldn't finish. "Are you hurt?" Noah asked. She shook her head, words stuck behind fear. "Good. I need you to take deep breaths. Grip the seat. Follow my voice." The plane shuddered again. People screamed as oxygen masks dropped. The captain's frantic voice echoed over the intercom. "If anyone on board has emergency or military experience, please identify yourself immediately." Noah exhaled. He had promised himself he'd left that life behind. Promised Liam he would never step into danger again. But sometimes, destiny corners you, the CEO whispered, voice trembling. Who are you?" Noah pressed a mask onto her face gently, then his own. "Someone who can help." He made his way toward the cockpit. The crew recognized authority when they saw it. "Sir, we've lost one engine, the controls aren't responding." "Tell me what still works," Noah said, slipping into the co-pilot's seat. The captain stared. "You've done this before. Enough times." The next minutes were a blur of technical commands, manual overrides, and calculations most people couldn't comprehend under calm conditions, let alone with 200 lives hanging in the balance. Outside, the coastline appeared. "We're too low," the captain shouted. "Not if we angle manually and bleed the descent," Noah said. The landing was rough, terrifying, wheels scraping, metal shrieking, passengers praying. But they survived. The plane jerked to a dusty stop on an emergency runway. Silence, then sobbing. Cheers. People hugging strangers. Only then did Noah feel the exhaustion hit him. When he finally stepped out, Liam ran into his arms. Noah held him tightly, tears burning behind his eyes. "Dad, you did it." Before Noah could respond, the CEO approached slowly. Her eyes, once cold, were softened by humility and something deeper, gratitude. "I owe you my life," she said quietly. "And I owe you an apology. A real one." Noah shook his head. "You don't owe me anything." "Yes, I do. I judged you. And I was wrong." She hesitated. "Who are you, really?" He looked at her with a tired smile. "Just a dad trying to keep his son safe." "But you saved an entire plane." Noah glanced at Liam. "I just wanted him to see what doing the right thing looks like." She swallowed hard. "I misjudged you in every possible way." "It happens." "No," she insisted. "People like you don't just happen. You have a past. A story. Something you walked away from." Noah didn't answer, but his silence was confirmation. The CEO's voice softened. "If you ever need anything, a job, support, anything, you come to me. I'll never forget what you did." Noah smiled faintly. "Take care of yourself. That's enough." As emergency crews guided passengers away, the CEO watched Noah lift Liam into his arms and walk into the sunlight, quiet, humble, carrying a history he never flaunted. A man she once insulted, a man she now admired more than anyone she'd ever met, and the viewers who later heard this story, they stayed till the end because they realized the same truth: heroes aren't always loud, sometimes they wear worn jackets. Sometimes they carry lunchboxes instead of briefcases, sometimes they walk through life unnoticed until the world desperately needs them, and sometimes, a single dad is the bravest man on the plane.